Hey there, Heather. Hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Devin. Welcome me to Action PC Basketball, a game that I usually don't do. But there's a reason why I'm doing this game. The reason why I'm doing this game is because of the fact that with the recent death of Bob Knight, I decided that I'm going to do PC basketball based on and do like miniseries and all that. So what I've done is what I'm attempting to do, excuse me, is all the Big Ten teams that are in this sub thing called NCAA Top 64 franchise teams will play a game against Indiana. Indiana will be hosting, and we'll see how Bobby Knight and his all-time Indiana Hoosiers do. So that's what we'll do. I'm not calling any plays. Computer code. Both offenses and defenses. Okay. Okay, both offenses. A computer. Illinois will take on Indiana, so that's the first one. Here we go. Our first game. And I'm not going to touch anything because it'll ruin it.
The final score, Indiana 98, Illinois 90. Indiana was led by Schlund with 21 points, 8 rebounds, Rail with 24 points, Thomas with 12 points, 11 assists. Illinois was led by Norman with 22 points, 9 rebounds, Sund Orlich with 21 points.
So Indiana won narrowly, 98-90. Isaiah Thomas 12 points, Rail 24 points, Calbert Cheney with 12, Ellen Henderson with 6, Schlund with 21, George McGinnis had 15, Walt Bellamy 8 points, Steve Elford, Scott May, Dick Van Armsdale, AJ Guiden, and Kent Benson did all of that, and I guess you can't scroll down, which sucks. And it does 1985 on purpose. So that's one for them. They beat Illinois. Iowa. It's Indiana. Indiana could be winners. We'll see what happens. Game number 2.
The final score, Indiana 92, Iowa 87. Indiana was led by Cheney with 22 points, Thomas with 10 points, 10 assists. Iowa was led by
nobody. Well, 19 points by Johnson. Orlando Woolridge is there. Fred Brown. Not Fred Brown, sorry. Murray Stokes. BJ Armstrong. Only in 3 minutes. Indiana, Isaiah, Rail, Cheney, Henderson, Schlund. McGinnis had 12 points. May, 2 points. Bellamy with 4 points. And not using these guys enough. You see the stats. 9 lead changes, 5 ties. Indiana didn't use Kent Benson. For some reason, A.C. Earl and Ronnie Lester wasn't used by Iowa. And here it just gives you the what happened. Okay. So let's go again. I hate doing this all the time, but that's what happens. So yeah, they beat Illinois. I guess you can't scroll down with the mouse key or something like that. Iowa. What else is there? Loyola, Marquette, Maryland. Well, they're Big Ten now.
the final score, Maryland 84, Indiana 74. Maryland was led by Dixon with 20 points, 8 rebounds, Baxter with 52 points, 38 rebounds, Blake with 12 points, 11 assists. Indiana was led by Thomas with 12 points, 10 assists.
Yeah, so Isaiah is done double-double. I know it was a 3-man team, but they couldn't beat a 3-man team. Wow. Indiana didn't use Van Armsdale or Woodson. Lonnie Baxter with all those points. So they're 2-1. I know it doesn't seem like a good move. Now let's see what Michigan can do, because Michigan, you know, isn't Big Ten power. We'll see how I do that one.
The final score, Indiana 83, Michigan 74. Indiana was led by Cheney with 21 points, 7 rebounds, Henderson with 20 points, 8 rebounds. Michigan was led by Tomjanovich with 17 points, 10 rebounds, Rice with 15 points, 12 rebounds.
Now you see Ramil Robinson, Cassie Russell, Gary Grant, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose. Yeah. They used a steady stream, 46 minutes, both the Indiana guys, and then Guyton with the only guy on the bench. No lead changes, no ties. Miami didn't use, Michigan didn't use Tarpling. Yeah. Indiana could have done much better. So Michigan State now. We're in Big Ten.
The final score, Indiana 98,
Ooh,
Michigan State
close.
95. Indiana was led by Schlund with 21 points, 7 rebounds, Rail with 20 points, 7 rebounds, Thomas with 21 points, 11 assists. Michigan State was led by Furlow with 37 points, Green with 14 points, 13 rebounds.
Furlow, 37 points, wow. There's Magic Johnson with 11, Scott Skiles with 6, Draymond Green there with 14 points. Utah, Akeem Cleaves, Greg Kelser, Sean Respert, Mo Pete. 30 minutes, yeah, the bench. McGinnis, 30 minutes off the bench for Henderson. Michigan State, 9 league changes, 8 ties. Well, Indiana won 98-95. So the only loss was to the somehow short-handed Maryland team that just basically didn't give a shit. There's Minnesota. They're a Big Ten team. Let's see what happens here.
The final score, Minnesota 101,
91.
Indiana 97. Minnesota was led by Hudson with 22 points, Thompson with 23 points, Jackson with 24 points, 14 assists. Indiana was led by Schlund with 24 points, 8 rebounds, Rail with 21 points, 7 assists, Henderson with 13 points, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, so they had to double-double, but not really a lot of people. There's Bobby Jackson, Kevin McHale, 30 minutes of play, Michael Thompson, Brewer, Mike Woodson, yeah, there's Alford. 11 league changes. Benson and Van Armstrong not used for Indiana. Minnesota, no one big. Minnesota wins that one. Montana. Ohio State is a Big Ten team.
The final score, Ohio State 97, Indiana 76. Ohio State was led by Jackson with 26 points, Hobson with 23 points. Indiana was led by
Nobody good. Wow. They struggled. Ohio State with Scooty Penn, Jim Jackson, Dennis Hobson, John Havlicek, Jerry Lucas. I would say Eldon Campbell, but I'm probably wrong. No, he went to Clemson. Greg Oden, Jim Clemens, Michael Red. Only one league changes. Indiana brought everyone up. So Indiana had everyone playing. That was good, but Ohio State beat them. Back to Indiana. No Penn State. Providence, Purdue. Well, they're an SEC. I mean, SEC, a Big Ten team. Computer. So what do?
The final score, Purdue 93, Indiana 90. Purdue was led by Robinson with 21 points, 9 rebounds, Garland with 17 points, 10 assists, Dishinger with 22 points. Indiana was led by Schlund with 31 points, 9 rebounds, Henderson with 14 points, 11 rebounds.
Well, they got Indiana's number 3 straight losses. Yeah, no Gilbert Carroll for Purdue. Wow. Okay, so their guys were Rick Mount, Glenn Robinson, Keller. Yeah, you know what? What's my timing? Okay, 11 minutes. You know what? Let's just end this. Bobby Knight loses 3 straight. He's throwing chairs. They're going to disqualify him. That's all. Rest in peace, Bob Knight. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.